What's up guys, Rick with RallySport Direct here, and today is just another day in the shop. Behind me we've got a Ford Focus RS, and I'm going to be installing a Cobb Catback and a Cobb front mount intercooler. Let's get started. Alright, first thing we need to do is get the bumper off, of course. Now, in order to do that, I believe we have to take out the headlights. I think there's a bolt up inside of there that we need to loosen. And then, of course, we'll just take off this plastic stuff up here. You can see he's already got, I actually think he bought it with that ETS intercooler. So he's probably not done with any heat soak issues now, but I'm really excited to run this Cobb system. So let's get started and get this bumper off. Looks like we got some extra help today working on this thing. Benji, come here. Hey, what are you doing? You like Cobb intercoolers? Huh? Anyway, so here's where we're at. I don't know if I had to take the headlights out or not, but we're working on getting the clips out of here. And then this thing does have a front lip, so that might cause some issues. But once we get everything, taken off. One thing actually nice about taking off the headlights is you can access that bolt right there. You just loosen that up so that front bumper can pop out of there. So we'll keep on working on this and get this bumper off. Bumper's off, so that's good. So to get this intercooler off, of course, we just have to loosen up the hose clamps on each side. I have to unplug the map sensor. Then we've got bolts here and bolts underneath there. And then this should just come right off. And then we can put on that brand new shiny front mount. Let's get started. There we go. So we also got the map sensor out. I'm going to focus on that. And basically with this, you do have to be really careful removing these because these are very easily breakable. So I've lubed that up a little bit. And let's bring this over here. And I always like just to use a little bit of lube. And then when you're putting these on, just make sure to press down. I should probably use two hands here because you want to go down as evenly as possible while watching that O-ring, making sure that it slides in nicely. So you don't want to pinch the O-ring. This one is being quite stubborn. Does not want to go in. Gonna grab a little bit more lube. Okay, come on. And we've split the O-ring there. So I'll see if I can find a new O-ring. I'll be back. Luckily, I have a plethora of OE O-rings. So got some different lube on there, so we're gonna try this out. Hopefully this one goes in at least a little bit smoother. Well, I guess I should say goes in at all. Come on. It's in. There we go. Okay, we've got a bolt in there, and then let's get this thing back up on the car. right, intercooler is mounted. I don't know if you guys saw that, but I almost dropped this because there's really no way to rest this on, and doing this with one person is probably not the smartest idea. But I've just got to connect the hoses there on each side and then plug in the map, and we should be good to go. Front mount's done. Well, a couple things to note. So these couplers were a pain to put on. So if you are installing this, just loosen up the clamp as much as you can. Use some, something slippery to put those on both sides. Other than that, the install was actually pretty easy. So now let's get this front bumper put back on, and then we'll work on the Catback. Now with the intercooler done, we can get this beautiful exhaust installed. So let's get this thing further up in the air. And he also said he had a V-band, so we'll check on that as well on the exhaust. So that way, hopefully we don't have to cut it off. V-band, 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 V-band. Not up there. Oh, there it is. Let me see if I can get a better angle here. It is right there. So hopefully, I'm hoping we don't have to cut this thing off. So let's pop that off and then get the muffler off, and then hopefully we can slide out the mid pipe. It's actually pretty cool. Old exhaust is out. Let's get the new one installed. All right, got this done last night just before I left. I think it looks freaking awesome. So honestly, that was a really, really simple install, but I want to get this thing down and start it up and see how it sounds. Oh, this is gonna be good. Now, let's go for a drive. Oh, this is gonna be good. Let's go for a drive, and dude, this thing sounds so gnarly, even just revving up. Now, it does have a downpipe on it, I should say that, but let's go for a drive. Honestly, all I can say is this exhaust sounds so good. I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to hear this, but it's like perfect for this car. And I know there's gonna be a lot of haters out there. They're like, oh, Ford can't ever make an exhaust sound good. They're blah, 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 right? But I think this thing sounds amazing. This is probably one of those exhausts where video or sound will never, ever be able to do its justice. And that's fine by me, because in person, this thing just sounds so sweet. Now, let's just say you're just cruising around. It's actually pretty tame, right? And I love that, you do have that valve in there. So you're just cruising, it's tame, but as soon as you plant your foot, you just get this symphony of aggressive noise, which is almost intoxicating. Now, I've always liked the way these cars sound from the factory, but they're pretty quiet. This is anything but quiet. Oh, that's exactly what you want out of an exhaust, right? So let's talk about install. Front mount, not my favorite, but with any front mount on these cars, it's always a little bit of a pain, especially hold on. Okay. It's always a pain, especially by yourself. But it actually went fairly smooth. The couplers, the factory couplers, were pretty difficult to get over the Cobb end tanks. The exhaust was super simple. I mean, it's, usually you have to cut the factory exhaust to remove it. We didn't have to do that. Someone installed the V-band beforehand, which is great. Overall, I'm incredibly pleased. Now, like I said before, this does have an aftermarket downpipe on it, which probably really helps kind of amplify that noise and that aggressive tone, but dude, it just has a nastiness to it, a roughness that I kind of miss. Like, I haven't heard that sound other than in, like, you only get that from like external wastegates, just that nasty raw sound, and this gives it to you, which is one of my favorite things. So let's go down here. We'll go past this truck real quick. I'm just gonna do one wide open throttle from a stop. I'm not gonna activate launch control or anything silly like that. We're gonna leave on traction control and all that kind of stuff. We're just gonna there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. So, if you guys are if you've got a Focus RS and you are looking for like a really cool exhaust, I think it looks good, it fits really well, it's good quality, and it sounds amazing. Check out the Cobb Tuning Catback exhaust. And if you're looking for a front mount, we all know what front mounts do. They lower intake air temperatures, especially on these smart ECUs. You're gonna be able to retain power for longer. The car's going to run safer, more reliably. If you do get a custom tune, you can tune more aggressively, so that's really good. But overall, incredibly pleased. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys next time.